Hi teachers, my name is Brother Judd. I'm the coordinator for a number of stakes in around the Chicagoland area. I may not necessarily be your coordinator, but my colleagues and I were putting together these daily trainings to hopefully help with the lessons that you'll be teaching this week. Not only do we want to give you teaching ideas for your classes Monday through Friday, but also give you some help with teaching skills and how to focus your efforts so that you can do your best job as a stake called seminary teacher. So what I've got pulled open here is the Teaching in the Savior's Way manual, and this is what we're going to use as the curriculum for these trainings. Now, if I scroll through here, you'll see it starts with a message from the First Presidency, and then we have the purpose of teaching in the Savior's way. I've got this document that's in this chapter where it says that our first objective is to focus on Jesus Christ. We don't just teach ethics. We don't just teach honesty and tithing and keeping the word of wisdom. We teach how honesty leads to conversion, deeper conversion to Jesus Christ. We show how paying tithing can help bind ourselves to our Savior, Jesus Christ. All lessons are meant to focus on Jesus Christ, not just teach good moral lessons. And so that's the first thing that we want to do, is focus on Jesus Christ. How do we do that? Well, teach about Jesus Christ no matter what you're teaching, and help learners come unto Jesus Christ. We'll go through the particulars of those in subsequent trainings. But then, some principles of Christ-like teaching are love those you teach by the Spirit, teach the doctrine, and invite diligent learning. And so we're going to be pulling our trainings from this document and going through the curriculum and giving you a teaching idea for every day. Now, these trainings are not meant to be very long. I've already taken most of my training and kind of outlining where these trainings are going. And so I've got to be pretty quick to keep this to the 5, 6, 7 minute range that we've promised these trainings being. So the lesson I'm going to cover is Monday's lesson. It's 1 Corinthians 15 verses 13 through 28, and it's all about the resurrection. Now, each of the curriculum lessons have this introductory paragraph, and then you'll see these boxes with the orange bars above them, and those are kind of like peeling the curtain back and talking directly to the teacher about, okay, here's a teaching skill or something you can watch out for. So the teaching skill here is for considering students' needs while teaching. Adjusting teaching methods can help students successfully fulfill their role as learners. For example, if students appear tired, consider inviting them to work with partners to help keep them engaged in learning. If students are very energetic, asking them to study individually can help them stay on task. Now, if you're teaching class on Monday, my guess is this is either your very first class or second class, or maybe you're not even teaching this lesson because you're not going to start until after Labor Day. Regardless of your situation, it's a good idea to, in teaching this lesson, consider the student's needs while teaching. And there's a great way to do this. So if we come down to possible learning activities, we have this suggestion from Elder Uchtdorf where it's a video that talks where he invites to ponder, what day most changed the course of history. Well, of course, he goes on to talk about the atonement and the resurrection. But the question, if the same question were asked of you, what would you say? In thinking about helping your class come together and considering the needs of your students, well, your students need to feel like they belong in your class. And so you could ask them, what was the best thing you did this summer? Or what was the most important day of your summer break? Or something like that. You could use the same exact question, but change it up just a bit to help with class cohesion and to help your students feel like they belong. It's really important that they feel that sense of love and respect, of purpose, not just from you, their teacher, but from their classmates as well. If you wanted more ideas on how to do that, you come back over here to Teachings in the Savior's Way. And again, you'll see Part 1, Focus on Jesus Christ. Part 2, Principles of Christ-like Teaching. And this would come under the Love Those You Teach category. So if I scroll down here, I'm going to find this part on the Savior knows us, understands our circumstances, needs, and strengths. Talking about the Samaritan water did not come to the well to hear a gospel message. She came to get water. Your students are coming to class for any number of reasons. Some of them will have very aspirational reasons, such as they just want to deepen their conversion to Jesus Christ. Some will be there because their parents told them to be there. You know what? I'll go to church with any of them. I'll welcome them to my class for whatever reason they are there. And it's my job as a teacher to, like the Savior did, know my students, understand their circumstances, needs, and strengths. So right here in this very first lesson, you can change some of these questions to help the students talk more about themselves and to introduce themselves so they can get to know you, so they can get to know the other students. And you know what? I'm not going to go beyond that. Any of these teaching, these possible learning activities, the activities can be adapted to whatever it is that your students need. And so I hope you feel that freedom to stick with the curriculum, to use the quotes and to use the stories, to teach the principles and the objectives that are outlined there, but to adapt so that you can indeed meet the needs of your students. Especially here during the first few weeks, your students need to feel that sense of belonging. And I know that as you adapt the possible learning activities, I know that's something you can provide for them. God bless you. God bless us all as we engage in this great work. And thanks for watching this first training. I'm sure the others this week are going to be great. So take care, and I'll have another one for you next week. Bye.